So when I was spark driving the other day, I was walking through the store and it hit me. Most shopping carts looked almost identical. Frozen meals, chips, sugary drinks, processed snacks, very little fresh food or protein. And I couldn't help but ask myself, how did we get here? Is it really laziness or is something much bigger happening? In today's society, people are not thriving. They're surviving. Everybody's exhausted, stressed out, busy, overwhelmed. And when you're just trying to make it through today, health becomes a tomorrow's problem. Most people my age are working long hours, are starting to have families. Their bills are going up, and with the constant stress of just everything going on in the world right now too, they have little energy left to think about nutrition. Health slowly becomes reactive instead of proactive. So why is this happening? The truth is, most people simply were never taught. Nobody taught them how to read food labels, why protein matters, that it's important to pay attention to how much sugar you're drinking or intaking throughout the day, and how processed foods affects your hunger. If you don't know, you can't improve. And then there's the convenience side of things. Healthy food usually requires planning. Processed foods usually just require you opening a box and popping it in the microwave. Convenience almost always outwins when life is chaotic. And then there's the marketing side of things, which I feel like people don't pay attention to enough. Entire industries spend billions to convince us that cereal's healthy, juice is healthy, sports drinks are healthy, and things like low fat or no sugar added means healthy. And most people never even question it. And then you've got the habits. By adulthood, eating habits have been repeated tens of thousands of times. Changing them isn't simply about motivation. It's changing years of routine. So is it really their fault? I honestly don't think it's fair to blame somebody for something they've never been taught. But once somebody becomes aware, they do have the responsibility for what they do next. And I'm not talking just about those little, sweet treats you get every now and then, or maybe this week you had the little extra money to buy your Rice Krispies for the gym. No, I'm talking about when people have absolutely no clue that the frozen foods they are buying, that these easy meals they are purchasing is actually in reality hurting them more than it's helping. Then once you do become aware of important things like your protein intake, what calories mean and how they're important to you, it's up to you to decide how to change and what to do next. So what's really pushed people to stop caring about their health? People stop believing that change is possible. They've known all they've known for several years and they just kind of give up. They've failed diets and they're just discouraged. They're tired. Sometimes unhealthy living isn't because they don't care. It's because they feel stuck. So here are some small steps that anyone can take to help your health in the long run. Step 1, and this is my biggest, if you don't do anything else, you at least should do this. Drink water. Drink water. Water is like oil for your body, is what my husband said. So many of my family members are really bad about not even drinking a lick of water. And they like to claim that those zero sugar drinks or the sparkling waters are enough. Like they're a substitute for actual genuine water. But the reality is, no, the artificial sweeteners and everything that they put in these drinks are just as harmful as sugar. So it's okay to have one sugary drink a day. If you can't break that habit just yet, that's perfectly fine. But at least prioritize getting some water in. I typically recommend people starting at least 5 water bottles a day. Since I've been drinking water for so long, now I can get in about 8 to 10 water bottles a day. And we don't get into how much money we spend a week on water bottles. But at least we're drinking. Before I get into the rest of these tips, don't think that you've got to change everything all at once. Change one thing a day. Just get 1% better each day. And if the first tip isn't for you, I've got several more that you can choose today to make a difference. So step 2, prioritize protein. Some easy examples are like eggs, chicken, Greek yogurt, lean beef, fish. Some people like cottage cheese. But protein is very important. Not only does it help with hunger, but it also helps you build muscle mass. So if you're like me and you go to the gym, this is one of the biggest things that is stressed in the gym community, on top of how much calories you intake. And if you don't know how much protein you need, you can simply Google, and there's protein calculators out there for you, for your goals and everything. This doesn't have to be hard, but it's something that should be learned. Step 3, Try to eat one whole food with every meal. So like fruits, vegetables, potatoes, rice, oats, anything like that. Just try to keep it simple. You don't have to change everything, like I said. If you go to Chick-fil-A and, you get their breakfast just because you're in a rush, get the fruit instead of the little hash browns that they give you. Or for lunch, if you go somewhere for lunch and they have the option for a salad instead of fries, just make that simple swap. Yeah, you may not like it at first, but you'll grow to like it once you realize how much better you feel after swapping out for just one item. You'll feel so much better. Step 4, typically everybody does, but just in case you have a desk job, this is also very important. Just walk every day. Walk a little bit extra every day. Even 20 minutes more can make a difference. Movement doesn't have to mean the gym. You can move at home. You can walk outside of your house. You can go to the park. You can park further away from the store, or like my husband just said, you can take the long way to the bathroom at your workplace, or even, make a few trips around to the bathroom before you actually go use it. Just anything where you can just find a little extra time that you're already using to prioritize yourself. We spend so much time prioritizing everybody else's company, everybody else's our own jobs over our own health. And it's about time that it stopped. So for my last 2 steps, I've got sleep. And, we're not perfect. I've been struggling to sleep recently. I am pregnant and it's hard. And me and my husband are kind of on different schedules right now. But sleep is so underestimated. When you don't sleep enough, your hunger increases, your cravings increase, your energy drops, and it's hard to make accurate decisions because your brain's not functioning properly. And for my last step, just focus on consistency. Don't try to become perfect overnight. Become 1% better every single day, and eventually you will get to where you can't even recognize who you were before. You don't have to do a full-blown makeup to your life this week. You don't have to eat perfectly. You don't have to become a fitness influencer. You just have to care enough for yourself to make one decision better than the one you made yesterday. I said this in my video yesterday about how, you have to make the decision to climb the mountain, to get to the top. And then every day you wake up, you've got to make the same decision to take another step. So treat this like with your health. Wake up and make the decision today. You can make it right now. Like, hey, my next meal, I'm going to try to eat a fruit, or I'm going to try to eat a vegetable. Or the next time I go out, while I'm out, if I'm going to spend money anyways, I might as well spend the money on the healthier option. And it doesn't have to be everything. Swap the fries, swap the chicken for grilled, little things like that. But it all comes down to a choice. And once we're aware that we have a choice, I highly encourage you just to choose what's better for you. Prioritize you. So I want you to think, what's one habit that would improve your health that you could start today? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope this kind of, maybe encouraged you that, even if your health isn't in the perfect condition, that we can take the steps to get better. Just a little bit better day by day. I'll say it over and over again because it's true. It's one of the biggest things that brought me out of my funk whenever I was going through it. So I hope you guys stay healthy out there and stay positive because you got this. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Overall, I just want you to take care of yourself because your life here on this earth is very short and limited. And don't forget that. Y'all have a blessed one. Bye.